about social media? Is it good for selling?
I think social media is good for selling. I think about social media as a way of evening the scales. I mean, one thing you both have talked about is how buyers have more information and resultingly more power in the buyer-seller relationship. Well, social media can help equalize that a bit. I do think social media has some challenges that perhaps aren't talked about as often. I see social media being used in ways that are potentially harmful. I see organizations focusing on social selling almost as a way of replacing traditional face-to-face selling, and I think it's a lousy alternative to that. I think it can complement face-to-face activity, but it's no substitute for selling. In fact, I would almost say that the vast majority of firms use social media as a marketing tool. Marketing, almost by definition, is media related. What's different now is that salespeople can make decisions, marketing decisions, using social media to promote their brand, to gain access to buyers, for example. But along the way, I think organizations run the risk of what Nicholas Carr might call running the sales force aground in the shallows, namely relying on social media to simply spam people and with a superficial message that is not a substitute for real human interaction and relationships.
So Sean, you agree with that, that it's not a substitute, social media shouldn't be a substitute in sales, it should be a complementary piece of it.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I think sales at the end of the day, you still need that human interaction. You need that you need to nurture and foster that relationship. And social is a great way to start the conversation, but it is definitely not the end all be all. I think it's really important that it's used to reach out to customers, but you still need to follow up. You need that relationship building.